If you have a plant person in your life or someone who wants to become a plant person in your life, then here's your 2025 Christmas guide. So this I'm basing off kind of like science-based tools. So this isn't necessarily something that's like stuff that's going to look pretty or anything like that. It's stuff that is either A, useful, and or B, has some sort of science behind why people are more successful when they have it, if that makes any sense. So let's get into it. I want to make this super quick, waste nobody's time. If there's discount codes, I'll pop them down below. If I can link to the product, I will pop it down below. If I forget, let me know because it's a high possibility. Okay, so first one is plant sensors. Now, you guys know I helped with the design of the Earth One plant sensor. So that's the one I'm going to talk about because that's the one I know in and out. So the kind of first version of this is actually almost out. And there's a new updated version coming out. So if you want to grab this first version, there's a Black Friday sale, 30% off. And all you have to do is type in the code Black Friday 30 and it will get you 30% off of these plant sensors. What makes the Earth One plant sensor so unique is that it monitors when you need to water. It actually monitors if your plant's getting enough light, if the intensity of the light it's getting is enough. It actually looks at the balance between your ambient humidity and your ambient temperatures to determine if you're kind of in the right range for VPD, so vapor pressure. And if you don't know what VPD is, I have a whole video on that, so you can go check that out. It's all done through an app interface, so it's literally like a gamified version, kind of like Fitbits for plants. So if you want to grab those, it can be used for house plants. It can be used for like edible garden plants as well. If you ever want to know if your lighting's good enough, if you want to know if your watering techniques are good enough, this is a great way to test that. Or if you're new and you're completely unsure of yourself, then this is also obviously another great way to test it. So go grab an Earth One sensor. Okay, number 2 is a weapon. Just kidding. So this is made by Lero Leather. I will put their Instagram down below as well as their website. And this is real leather, and there are a ton of different utility belts that they have. So this one I have is meant for like hori-hori knives, shears, that sort of thing. There is a ton of pockets in this bad boy. This is something that if you purchased it, you would hand it down to your grandkids because it's just, like, the design of this is fabulous. It is heavy, heavy duty. This is something that you could love and cherish for endless amounts of time. And you know what? I am terrible at carrying around a bucket. I'm terrible at doing anything, but this is so nice. And I wish you could, it literally is like a perfect fit. It sits on my hip, leg, thigh area naturally. It doesn't feel weird. It just feels like it's a part of my leg. So ergonomically, it's awesome. You can also put like labels and logos on it. So for me, I put like the little Gardening in Canada logo on there, but you don't have to put the Gardening in Canada logo. You can put anything on there. So go check out Lero Leather. You will not regret it. Like even just this like disc thing, it's like a welded piece of metal. Like it's just not gonna break. I like it a lot. Like I said, there's different versions of this. This is way more handy than a construction belt, which I think is what a lot of gardeners actually use, and or a bucket. This is much better. Plus, like I said, you can hand that sucker down, which if you're a mom or a grandma, do it. Because if you've got any kiddos that enjoy gardening or plants or anything like that, trust me, they will cherish anything that is something that you used religiously in the garden till the end of time. So just heads up, like my grandma's watering can is basically immortalized in my greenhouse / it comes indoors for the winter. Like it'll never get thrown in the garbage. It will be duct taped until it disintegrates type thing because it's just something that my grandma used and it's something that I will continue to use. So if she had a belt, I would be using it too. So just saying that. This is coming from someone who loves sentimental stuff. So maybe your kids aren't into that, but they should be. Next up is seed cell starting containers. Okay, so this here is the Vigo seed cell starting container. Give me 1 second. And they make heavy duty plastic containers. And these ones, this one in particular, actually I think I have a discount code for this, so I will put that down below. But these suckers in particular are A, ginormous, B, they're deep. So if you watch my video on root training, you know the benefits of having a deeper container over a wider container, because length matters when it comes to roots and their ability to transplant and their ability to survive and do well. So this is an awesome option for something like that. Peppers, tomatoes, most flowers, that sort of thing. I probably won't use it for like herb. You could use it for herbs. If you're limited to space, I would use it just for tomatoes and that sort of thing. If you're doing any sort of like tree, shrubbery, that sort of thing as well. It comes with a top, a pretty top, and it comes with ventilation on the top. So you can vent or not vent, depending on how you feel. And this also is like a hard plastic. So very pretty, very nice. If you ask any gardener out there, this is like a dream. That level of intensity is a dream, because having plastic containers collapse on you, or even worse, picking a wet tray up and then it just like breaking, is nightmare fuel after putting months of effort into something. So this is like the Cadillac version. And this is, again, probably something, given the way Vigo friggin' builds shit, a lifetime tray, because it just won't break. I also might be a bad person to ask because I've got a Vigo addiction. But they do make really good quality product. Okay. The next one is self-watering containers. So gardeners out there, couple things. Wintertime or summertime, when they're outdoors, their poor indoor plants suffer because they don't always get watered. They get completely forgotten. Mine do every single year. They look a little bit rough for the next little bit till I get them all watered up. But you know what could prevent that? A plant sensor or a self-watering container. So you can get self-watering containers all shapes and sizes. This one here actually is a self-watering container made for like kind of like smaller house plants. There is a Vigo version of a self-watering container that's made for larger plants. So actually I am going to be planting up this rubber tree into something like that. I got that rubber tree when it was like this big, and now it's ginormous. And if someone has a larger plant, watering that indoors is a nightmare because all the water just drains out the bottom. I got hardwood floors. So nightmare fuel, literally. Another self-watering container I have is actually this thing here. This whole, is a self-watering container, and it's got a ton of vines in it. Huge help, I will say, for sure. You can get outdoor ones, indoor ones. This one is meant for outdoors, technically. I've got one on wheels that's, meant for outdoors. It's Vigo, but it's going to be for indoors. I've got a Vigo trellis self-watering container thing that I put my loofah in this year, and it did fabulous inside of there. So self-watering containers, all shapes and sizes. You can never go wrong. Never go wrong. Okay, so this one I say with a grain of salt. So worm compost bin, indoor worm compost bin. Get an actual one. Don't do what Ashley did and use a Rubbermaid. I did a Rubbermaid design looking thing for years. It worked wonderfully. It worked so good. It was fantastic. I had a little earthworm planet going on in there. And then I had a mouse in house last year. And I went to move my worm bin and a mouse was inside of it. And it just kind of like peeked its head up at me and then like lunged at me. And I almost passed out. I threw the freaking lid on that thing and I hucked it out the door and my worms froze because, that's no. So if you get them like an actual, your loved ones, an actual indoor worm composting bin, they'll thank you because they won't have furry critters inside of there. They will just have slimy ones, which is the ones we do want. Worm compost bins are fantastic. They do eat a lot of compost, and the vermicast, the waste product from that, I think is fabulous. It's like the perfect texture. It mixes in wonderfully with actual soil and potting soil. It has a really nice high water holding capacity. Nothing bad to say about it, but get an actual compost bin, not an invention, because Holanda. Okay, next up is for someone that's looking for like a cheap idea, and that is a heat mat. So you can get all sorts of heat mats. You can get really big heat mats. You can get single kind of little tiny heat mats, all shapes and sizes. Your gardener friend will love you for this because there's an enormous amount of plants out there that benefit from heat mats being used. If you don't know which ones those are, trust me, every month I do a seed starting video and I will tell you when and if those need to be used. If you want to get a Cadillac version of a heat mat for your loved one, you want to get something that has a timer and or bonus points if it has a dial, like an actual degree dial, where you can set or change the temperature that heat mat goes to. Because every plant has a seed starting temperature that they do best at. And yeah, that heat mat will allow you to do that. You never go wrong. And the other thing is too, is gardeners can never have too many. So, because they burn out, they break, there's not enough of them, that sort of thing. I think I have like 5 at this point, and I love every single one of them. Okay, it's kind of the same theme as the belt, but good quality gloves. So any sort of gardener out there knows how irritating it is to have to pull your glove off to get to your phone. And you're probably thinking, well, why would you need your phone when you garden? First off, we listen to podcasts or audiobooks relentlessly. Secondly, you never know when you have to take a photo of something weird to figure out what it is later, whether it's insects or soil or a plant. Number 3, we all set out every single season saying to ourselves, I'm going to wear gloves so my nails and my fingers and everything else doesn't get destroyed. Because it does actually get painful after a while because soil just dries your hands out. So we go on with that intention, but then we stop because we don't have useful gloves. So get gloves that can work with like cell phones. That is a dream per gardener. Okay, so the next one is a grow light kit. So there are so many different grow lights out there. When in doubt, get an adjustable spectrum one. So one that you can change the intensity on is going to be hugely beneficial to your gardener. Couple reasons for this. Number 1 is that plants need certain intensities of light to make sure that they don't become long and leggy. And if you don't have that intensity, then your plant becomes leggy. The other side of that is that if it becomes too long and the intensity is too high and there's nowhere else to go upwards with the light, you end up singeing the plant or burning the plant. So if you have something with an adjustable spectrum on it or an intensity, a way to adjust the intensity, you can use that light in pretty much any circumstance, on any sort of shelf, in any sort of situation, because it allows you to move or adjust the light intensity without physically moving the light. So if someone has a shelf, they are kind of limited as to what height they can go to avoid that burning, and this helps you kind of alleviate that. So adjustable spectrum lighting, can't go wrong. Okay, so this one I think is, you gotta know your gardener if you're gonna do this one, but I think it's probably the most meaningful if you know your gardener, and it will mean the most to them. Again, this is coming from someone who's hugely sentimental. So I love when someone goes out and they curate something for me. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be extreme at all. But I would prefer a basket that has little tiny trinkets in it from the dollar store. I don't care where. Handmade. Literally don't care from where. But things that you think that person would enjoy or utilize. So maybe it's your favorite seeds. Maybe it's your favorite book. Maybe it's your favorite pair of gloves or shears, or like a painting of some sort. Actually, here, this one is a good one. This is an example. So I had a friend that went to a thrift store and they found this old AF vintage plant thingy. I think it's just root veg. Yeah, it's just root vegetables. Costs probably 50 cents. Invaluable to me. Like there couldn't have been a better gift. So this is someone just thanking me when they went to a thrift store and grabbing this because it's adorable and I knew I would love it. So things like this, like I said, it's like 50 cents. It's like partly damaged. Don't care. Means the world to me. And I honestly think those are the most important ones. Anyways, Geek Crew, if you're a gardener and you have a gift that you've received in the past that you absolutely love, please put it down below. Help out your fellow Geek Crew members. If you need ideas and you're new to this channel, check out the comments down below. The Geek Crew is an incredibly loving, welcoming group of people. They will help you, point you in the right direction, ask them questions, they will answer. The amount of times I go through the comment section and someone new's like, I love this group of people. It's insane. They're helpful, you're kind, you're yada, yada, yada. The amount of times, literally every single video, there's at least one person that comments that and they're welcomed with very open arms. So don't shy away. Anyone who's mean, I literally just block them from the channel because I can. I've got the power and it makes me happy because I'm soulless. But anyways, Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you guys next time.